Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the continued celebration of Computer Science Education Week. I'm Amanda McCammon with STEM Synergy and Keep Indiana Learning. We've been live all week bringing computer science experts and resources to Indiana educators as part of the InLearning Partnership, a collaboration with the Indiana Department of Education, the Learning Lab, and Keep Indiana Learning. So now for the rest of the afternoon from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, we're going to have a series of a variety of CS educators and experts from all over the state of Indiana providing lots of different information for educators. So to start off our 1 o'clock, we have Stephanie Zurcher. She's the VP of Programs for Nextech, and she's going to give a little bit of an introduction about Nextech, CSEd Week, and Hour of Code in our next session. So Stephanie, you can take it away.
Awesome. Well, hey, everybody. I am so glad to get a chance to spend this time with you. Thanks to STEM Synergy and Keep Indiana Learning and the whole team to bring this together. It's just exciting to all get to celebrate CSEd Week together. As Amanda said, I'm Stephanie. There is my contact information and my Twitter, and I would love to, of course, keep in contact with you. So take a picture of it or come on back so you know how to get me. But let me tell you a little bit about who we are at Nextech and what we believe. So Nextech's a nonprofit that is based right here in central Indiana. We launched in 2015, and our roots are actually deep in the tech industry. We were a part of ExactTarget, which was a large tech company in Indianapolis that was acquired by Salesforce. You've probably seen Salesforce's name if you don't already know them, because they sit at the top of the largest tower in Indy. And after working in tech for so long, a group of us came together and decided that we weren't always able to hire people like we wanted, or we weren't hiring females, weren't necessarily hiring underrepresented groups in computing, and really decided to focus our next chapters on solving that problem. And so our mission at Nextech is to create equitable access to K-12 computer science experiences and curriculum for every single Indiana student. So we only do it for Indiana. We only do it for Indiana students. We want to make sure that every single kid across our state understands that they have a career in technology, and that if they want, they can take that career and do that in Indianapolis and the state of Indiana. So why did we decide that? Let me tell you a little bit about why computer science and give you an idea of what the world looks like and what Indiana looks like. So we think there's three main reasons, big ideas for why computer science. First, it leads to economic opportunity. I could give you 1,000 studies right now that tells you that computer science are the top paying jobs of the future, that Indianapolis and the state of Indiana are absolutely at a deficit for jobs, and that we need to hire as many people as we possibly can to bring them into the state of Indiana to take a potential of getting a career in technology. And we want those jobs to stay with our Indiana people. So that's the first reason. The second one is that it's foundational for every single child, regardless of career. If you ask my opinion, I think the right to a computer science education is a civil right at this point, because there's nothing like a pandemic to remind us that computer science and technology is absolutely the way that we are building the future. And then, of course, it's fun. Computer science can make school fun again. So let me dig into a little bit more about this. 91% of software jobs are outside of Silicon Valley. So a common misconception, right, is that, well, if I want to work in tech, I need to go to Silicon Valley. Nope. If you want to work in tech, you need to go to your local accounting firm. Or maybe you need to go to the hospital down the street. The number one technology hire in Indiana is your hospital administration firms, is your hospitals. So absolutely, that is not true. And then of that same point, 67% of those computing jobs are outside of the tech sector. What that means is that we're talking banking, we're talking retail, we're talking government, we're talking entertainment. At this point, we all know this, but you can't put design on a piece of clothing without technology. You can't go to the grocery store without a POS system, which is run through technology. You can't watch TV without that coding behind it. So it's our job collectively to remind everyone that it truly is foundational and important for that next step. The other piece is there's a lot of money in it. So when we're talking about where to put our students and where we want to focus their next level and where after they graduate, their post-secondary success, we know that a computer science major, their lifetime earnings are 40% more than the average college graduate. So when students are discerning their next steps, computer science should definitely be there at the top of the list. And they're also the number one source of new wages in the United States. And there are 500,000 openings for jobs. So what's that look like in Indiana? Those are some nationwide stats, but as of right now, there's over 6,000 open computing jobs across the state in all industries, average salary of $77,000. And then if you look, we have only 2,347 graduates in computer science. So that's a 4,000-ish deficit of positions. And we still have quite a few students that are not eligible to are not getting a computer science education or access to computer science within their K-12 school day. So that's where we know that what's that mean for Indiana? We're missing out on wages for our state, our livers, the people that live here. We're missing out on wages. We're missing out on opportunities. We're missing out on being the next level. We're missing out on making sure that we keep Indiana great, because we need to do everything we can to provide our future students with their future success, our future workers with their success. So that's the first thing, that it's absolutely an opportunity for our students and an opportunity for the future. Second, computer science is foundational. I was in a presentation once, and the gentleman said, and it really stuck with me, he said that the reason we teach math isn't because we need to teach math. It's because we're teaching critical thinking, and we're teaching problem solving, and we're teaching how to persevere through a problem. That's why we need to teach computer science. When we teach computer science, we're not teaching programming, and we are not teaching how to build the next great web app. What we're teaching is how to persevere when your code goes wrong, or how to communicate your needs to your developer when you're not exactly sure what things should look like, or how to solve a problem that doesn't necessarily look solvable. That's why we're teaching computer science, and that's why it's truly the digital literacy of the future. Steve Jobs said it best, my friends, that everyone should learn how to program a computer because it teaches you how to think. Behind every great device is a programmer that defined it, or a product manager that wrote down the requirements, or a product marketing manager that figured out how to talk about it. We have to make sure that we're teaching our kids to understand how to think like the future. One of a study that recently came out that was really fascinating was about the skills that millennials lack. So what skills are millennials lacking? And what they're lacking is what you see right here. They're lacking, the ability to really solve a problem or critical thinking. And the reason is because they live in this tech age. So we've got to decide that we are going to let them learn these skills for the future using the mediums that they're most familiar with. So as the study says that 60% of students of millennial graduates aren't able to critically think effectively always, or have problem solving skills. Attention to details lacking. Communication is tough. They aren't really taking ownership over things. That's why we're so passionate about computer science education, because we know that computer science education effectively teaches these skills for our 21st century learners. The other piece is it's fun. If you've done computer science, if you've participated in an hour of code, if you've explored how to solve a problem with an algorithm, you know that it is fun. 90% of parents want their child's school to teach CS. Parents say it's fun too. And of that, I love this one, that 75% of Americans believe that CS is cool in a way it wasn't 10 years ago. And then you add in the fact that parents and teachers believe students should be required to learn CS, and that it's an important subject. It is exciting to see where we're going here, and it's really amazing to see that parents and students agree that CS should be part of the school's curriculum. They like it. When they participate in it, it's second only to arts and design and performing arts. Next up is computer science and engineering, because it's fun, because it allows them to do that same stuff they do in art and design and performing arts, but do it with a different medium. So now that we know why computer science is so important and why we've committed our time, talent, and treasure at Nextech to make computer science a fundamental part of every school day across the state of Indiana, what should you do now? How can you help in the mission? What should you do in the future? So as Amanda said, and I know you've been doing this all week long, it is CSEd week this week. CSEd week is certainly a holiday for us at Nextech. I hope it's a holiday for all of you. And if it's not, let's make sure you add it to the top of the list. CSEd week is an annual call to action, started in 2009. And the whole point is to inspire the community, to inspire students to learn computer science, to inspire advocates, to inspire our legislators to think about computer science, to inspire parents to explore what it means for their kid to do some tech activities and some coding activities through the week. It's really meant to encourage some action. And that action is really as small as 5 minutes, or can extend up as far as you want. But there's, of course, opportunity for any kid to participate in CSEd week, as small or as large as they want. I like the reason CSEd week's this time right now, and it's actually Grace Hopper's birthday today, December 9th, but it is always the first week of December to celebrate Grace Hopper's birthday. Grace Hopper is one of the very first recognized female computer scientists. She coined the term compiler, and a fun fact about her, she also created the term bug. So that is all thanks to Grace Hopper, which is a term that likely all of us know, whether you are an active programmer or coder or not. So what can you do for CSEd week? I just want you to do something. So a great place to start is right here on this website, hourofcode.com. Or you can Google Hour of Code activities or CSEd week activities, and hundreds will come up. So Hour of Code is a movement that was started through a collective of organizations to encourage people during CSEd week to just try it. Just try something. If you go to Hour of Code, you'll have a chance to try all sorts of tutorials, and really from AI to Disney cartoons. You'll be able to try all sorts of tutorials to figure out, to just try your hand at it and see what about the experience spoke to you and made you think, I can do it. It is really meant to just inspire you to take the next step. So that is my mission for all of you. Let me tell you a little bit more about how Nextech can help. So we are certainly here to be a partner to all Indiana teachers, all Indiana school districts, and of course, all Indiana students. We do that in a few different ways. And a way that we really love to do that is we like to bring nationally recognized curriculums to the state of Indiana. We say, if you're the best of the best across the nation, we want to figure out how you can be the best of the best for Indiana students and Indiana teachers and districts. So we partner with all sorts of folks to bring that right to the state. And we make sure then by doing so that all of our curriculum and experiences match with Indiana teachers, Indiana standards, Indiana course codes, so that you are able to pick it up and start going and teaching it as quickly as you can. That meme that's going around right now that says, how is it started versus how it's going? Nextech, when we launched in 2015, there was a small nonprofit that you likely know called code.org launching as well over on the West Coast. And we knew right away that they were doing it right. They were building introductory curriculum to make every single teacher know they could teach and every single student know they had a place in CS. So we called them up and said, hey, can we partner with you too? They said yes. And here we are today, bringing things like the code.org curriculums from our elementary pieces called CS Fundamentals to a middle school and high school course, CS Discoveries, as well as our other high school courses, which is AP Computer Science A and Computer Science Principles. All of those are because of our code.org partnership. We also partner with all sorts of different other curriculums and create our own as well. So when it comes to curriculums, whether it is cybersecurity with cyber.org or some Java training with CS Awesome, or a bunch of trainings that we run that help our teachers across the state unpack standards, especially likely our 4th and 6th grade teachers that really need to dig into how they want to offer computer science in their classroom, we love helping. We also have a workshop that helps you as teachers and educators add computer science to your license. So if you have interest in taking the next step from a teacher that teaches computer science to a true computer science teacher, we offer that program as well to allow you to learn the competencies on the computer science license test, participate in a community in order to learn about them with a cohort of teachers, and then take the test. And what I don't always shout from the rooftop, but I probably should, is that we also pay you for all of this. A big part of Nextech's mission is to make sure that we are doing whatever we can to pay teacher stipends for all of our programs, to take every barrier away that we possibly could for why you should and could teach computer science. So what have we done since we've launched? We've trained nearly 3,000 unique Hoosier teachers across the state from every single corner, from 974 schools. We have paid, my proudest number is nearly $1 million in teacher stipends. Over the past 5 years, 6 years, I guess, over the past 6 years, we paid nearly $1 million of stipends that go directly to teachers, and have done nearly 45,000 hours of PD since we started as well. The other piece of this that's important for you to know is when you're thinking about what you need for computer science and who you need to partner with and how Nextech can help, these are the things I want you to know about Nextech. First of all, it doesn't matter where you are in the journey. If the hour of code you completed this week was your very first foray into computer science, great. We've got an option for you. If you've been teaching computer science for 6 years, we have an option for you. If you're being tasked to teach the new next level programs of study coming out and you're not sure where to start, awesome. We'd love to help. So wherever you are, wherever your school or your district is, we are happy to assist. We also, I can't underscore enough that we only work with Indiana districts and Indiana teachers. So that means that every single thing we do is only for Indiana, mapped to Indiana standards, Indiana course frameworks, and we understand Indiana's situation. I've already talked about stipends, so you know we pay stipends. We also really hold true to all of our curriculum selections, and our programs are at no cost to the school or district. So we always partner with folks where it is no cost for you to use their curriculum. So again, every barrier is taken off for you. And then we love customizing stuff. So if you're a school district that would love us, that needs to figure out how to use computer science along with digital citizenship in your third grade classrooms, okay, great. We would love to assist. So we can always customize workshops and customize experiences to meet your needs at your school. We're also really proud of our partnership with the Indiana Department of Education. We are one of the PD providers that is funded through the Next Level Computer Science Fund set by the legislator. And we have, because of it, we're able to provide a lot of really amazing programs and work with the really, really amazing people at the state. So what should you do next? I would love to talk to you. So however we can help, whether you just want an idea of what curriculum makes sense, or be it ours or someone else's, that's okay with me. Whether you need to explore how to best do an hour of code in your classroom, perfect, I'd love to help. Or you need to figure out how to, what kind of, you got some money to spend and what kind of technology should you build or buy, excuse me, we would love to help. So here's my contact information, anything that you need. I'm so grateful for all of you and everything you do to keep Indiana learning and to explore computer science and to make sure that every single student across the state has access to computer science and does everything they can to make sure they know they have a place in Indiana and they know they have a place in technology. So thank you. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Stephanie, so much. I can't say enough good things about Nextech. And I know I had some experiences when I was at the Department of Education a few years back with Nextech when computer science was really becoming a hot thing in Indiana. And we were really at that point starting to take the lead in the nation. So I can't reiterate enough to educators, if you're watching this live or if you're watching it on demand after the fact, please reach out to Stephanie, reach out to Nextech. They are a wealth of knowledge and resources and pretty fun to work with too. So definitely take her up on that. And thank you all for watching. Thank you, Stephanie, for presenting on Nextech
Thank you.
on Computer Science Education Week. We're going to continue our celebration of CSEd Week. Today, we're live from 1 to 4 o'clock, about every 30 minutes. And so we're going to be coming back here at 1:30 with our next session on CS jobs in Indiana. So thank you, and I'll see you soon.